Gentleman from Hampton, Ms. Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, there is a celebration going on in this country, and we'd like to tell you a little bit about it. On Sunday, January the 13th, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, one of the country's largest sororities, celebrated its 100th anniversary. The celebration began on New Year's Day when the sorority presented a float in the Tournament of Roses parade. The theme was transforming communities through sisterhood and service, but that was just the beginning. Also on New Year's Day, a 22-city tour of the Delta Torch began in Los Angeles, and this past weekend, a caravan full of Delta buses ended in Washington, D.C. There were scheduled stops on this tour, and it included New York City, where Deltas were featured on every morning news show. And you may have seen them on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and CBS This Morning. And this week, when that caravan arrived in the District of Columbia, it was said by news outlet that the whole city was swarming with women wearing crimson and cream as one of the country's largest African-American sororities gathered to celebrate 100 years of sisterhood. Members from across the country participated in 22 public service projects throughout the District of Columbia on Friday in honor of our 22 founders. There were other events and star-studded formal celebrations throughout that weekend, and we just would like to let you know that the only reason that we are not there celebrating with everyone else was because we chose to stay behind and do the people's business. And now, Mr. Speaker, I would like to yield to my Sora, the gentlewoman from Richmond, Ms. McClellan, to tell you a little about our history.
The gentleman from Richmond City, Ms. McClellan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was founded at Howard University in Washington, D.C. by 22 African-American undergraduates on January 13, 1913. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority has more than 250,000 members and more than 900 chapters. Some notable Deltas have included civil rights activist Mary McLeod Bethune and Dorothy Irene Height, journalist Soledad O'Brien and Gwen Ifill, athletes like Olympic gold medalists from Hampton, Francesca McCrory, singers Aretha Franklin and Lena Horne, and politicians Shirley Chisholm and Barbara Jordan. Delta women have marched for women's suffrage, participated in public policy in the nation's capital, and hosted countless mentorship and service programs, all in an effort to create change in our community. The historically black sorority is not a monument, but a movement. And to explain a little more about that movement, I would like to yield to my soror, the gentlewoman from Petersburg, Delegate Dance.
Gentleman from Petersburg, Ms. Dance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a private, nonprofit organization whose purpose is to provide assistance and support through established programs in local communities throughout the world. The major programs of our sorority are based upon the organization's 5-point programmatic thrust: economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, political awareness and involvement. Our mission is to use our collective strength to promote academic excellence, to provide scholarships, to provide support to the underserved, educate and stimulate participation in the establishment of positive public policy, and to highlight issues and provide solutions for problems in our communities. After this introduction of our sorority, we have but one request, and Mr. Speaker, I would yield that to my soror, the gentlewoman from Norfolk, Ms. Hester, Delegate Hester.
The gentleman from Norfolk, Ms. Hester.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, after having heard of the legacy started by these audacious, gifted women, I move that when we adjourn today, that we do so in the honor and memory of those 22 founders of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman from Norfolk, Ms. Hester, moves that when the House adjourn today, it adjourn in the honor and memory of the original founders of Delta Sigma Theta. And as many as favor that motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. That motion is agreed to.